that was a bit of a rocky night, wasn't it? Well, there's no time to dwell on what could have been. This is IFTV and I'm Kim Ingalls, and it's day 4 of the NWG Innovation Festival. Now, yesterday our teams made some big decisions. Today it is definitely work, 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 ready for their presentations tomorrow. Let's hope they're not all at sea.
I think it's a fantastic event. I've been really impressed with the level of energy, the dynamism, the ideas, and actually just how much has been done in a really short space of time. And I've been able to see the apps that people have been developing, their concepts, new ideas of how we can encourage customers to use water more wisely, a lot of thinking about how we get people to reduce their use of plastics, not just think about how we reuse and recycle. But it's been really good to get a taste of what's been going on.
I think waste is something that we don't necessarily think about. I've been in some of the sprints where they've been talking about different products, apps, things like that they can roll out to consumers for them to start thinking about how they use the product and also the cost-saving benefits of that as well.
Now we're backstage because we've got some breaking news. Apparently, for the first time in festival history, 2 sprints have merged. Hi, Lauren, can I just interrupt a second? Angela, we've heard that 2 of the sprints have merged. Can you explain what's happened?
Yeah, so very excitingly, through our teams having a look at what's going on in other tents, we identified that a project team in the IBM tent and a team working in the Fans for Life tent are working on something that's so similar that actually it would have been a crime not to talk to each other. So what we've done is we've created a festival first, and we've actually merged the 2 teams together to work on what they're doing, but also to see where the similarities are, to see if we can actually come out with one product rather than 2 different ones.
What idea did you have that's similar to their idea?
So we've been looking at how best to engage with customers, working out that we've got different types of customers who will engage for different reasons. So we were looking at schemes that would reward in different ways.
How did you find out that you were both working on the same thing?
So that was a 5-minute conversation in the breakfast queue over coffee and cinnamon twirl. Just found out that we were doing a lot of the similar things. So as you say, festival first, thought we'd come together.
So this is the starter water company from scratch, Sprints. We're going to speak to the lead, Alistair. Alistair, hello.
Hello.
Now then, we've just been speaking to Steve and Michelle about the collaboration that's going on. How does it feel to have lost part of your team?
I think it's fantastic, actually. I think it's great that kind of 2 people or 2 teams have come together working on the same idea, because obviously last year what we had was different ideas being presented at the end of it with similar, and what we've done this time is identify it, and we're just coming together. And I mean, I don't know how that's going to work tomorrow in terms of pitching, but my word, we'll work it out. We've been looking at really how we can create the future water companies, you know, that's what our sprint's about, and this is taking it to the most extreme. So this is kind of saying, if Uber came into the water company and completely disrupted the model, what would it look like? We would gather all the water that fell, we would actually recycle it in the house, there would be really low water consumption in the house, we would actually be heating the water without actually in solar panels, solar tubes on the roof, so completely decentralised, very self-sufficient.
Is that realistic?
Anything's realistic, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. So 4 years from now, England World Cup winners.
Absolutely. I wish we would have got there last night. But
well, I'm glad you didn't cry when I asked you that.
I felt like it last night, I have to be honest.
Ben, you are the festival illustrator. We've seen some great examples of your work. What's it been like for you going around listening to all the sprints?
Oh, it's been very interesting. I feel like I've learned loads about all the different sprint subjects, and I'm just floating around trying to capture as much as I can.
It's such an amazing talent, but you've got a challenge for us apparently.
Yeah, we're going to draw each other, but we're not allowed to look at the paper.
You may as well just give me the table to draw on. So I'm drawing you without looking at it. How long have we got?
We've got 30 seconds.
Starts now.
Okay.
Oh no, I want to look down, I want to look down. I'm good.
I love how you got the nose.
Oh, this is brilliant. This sprint is Vision of the Future, and they've been exploring ideas about visual impairment. So, Linda, you've brought your guide dog Zoe along. Tell us a little bit about Zoe and the relationship you have.
Well, Zoe's my guide dog. She's 9 years old, and basically she is my eyes. they're all coming up with some amazing ideas. I haven't heard all of them yet, but I've been able to give them thoughts and ideas from my side of the fence, as it were, as a vision impaired person, but also as well because I do work with lots of visually impaired people of different ages, people who are at different stages of their sight loss journey as well. I can give feedback as to what sort of things might work for everybody, because at the end of the day, when we're looking for solutions, it's about looking for solutions that works for everyone.
I've already been on a boat today, and now I've spotted a car. Hello, this looks fun. What are you doing in here?
This is my new toy, Kim. It's a hydrogen fuel cell car.
Hydrogen, let's hear it then. Oh, that's so spooky. What about the engine? But it's not doing anything, that's incredible.
No noise, it's lovely, isn't it?
Transport of the future. So getting ready for your pitch tomorrow and quite excited then?
We are, yeah, it's moving, which is really nice. There was a lot of talking yesterday, but they've got stickers out and they're doing dots and they're
doing dots. Yeah, we saw some of that.
The thing I like about this car, being a water and sewerage company, this one has a wee.
The car has a wee?
It has to get rid of its water, so it has a little wee when it needs to.
The car has a wee. I've heard it all. I'm off. Excuse me. Where can we find Clive today?
Oh, he's far too busy at the moment.
Far too busy? Right, you're going to have to do it then. We want to know where you are, day 4, ready for tomorrow.
So we started off with, the whole notion is about trying to figure out how we can share from an asset management perspective and underground physically where stuff is. I'm going to try and make this as beautiful as I possibly can. So imagine you've got different data buckets. So what we're looking for is data source 1, 2, 3. All of these bits of information need to be going into some kind of central database or warehouse that we can actually use to cleanse, manage, maintain, and then feed that out into this beautiful baby.
Beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? So, in terms of your pitch for tomorrow, where are you? What are your main ideas and what's your favourite?
The main ideas that are coming through are around apps and how we actually get people. So we're looking at a family and young people's app for primary school children, and also a teenagers to 30 app, what the differences are. Do we need different apps? How we move it forward from there. And leaky loos, because of the amount of money that is actually being flushed away on a daily basis without customers even knowing.
So excited about tomorrow?
Yes, definitely.
Hi Philip, can I come and join you on board?
Yes, of course.
Oh, here we go. She is absolutely magnificent, and we have featured her in the programme, so we thought we'd better come and talk to you about her. How does she fit in with the innovation here at the festival?
Well, what we're doing is rowing across the Atlantic, and we're incorporating Northeast innovation on the boat. So we're going to Northeast companies, seeing what products they've got, what innovative products they've got, and getting them to be incorporated in some way in the project. 45
days across the Atlantic. So how many of you on here, and how long is that going to take?
There's 4 of us rowing 2 hours on, 2 hours off, and we think around 45 days will be about the time it'll take. The boat goes away in sort of late October, and then we join the boat in the Canary Islands for the race in the 12th of December.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Thank you very much for talking to us. We're going to sail off into the sunset, but don't worry, I will be back for our final programme on IFTV tomorrow. See you then.